What's up, Spell Slingers? Today I'm going to be going over what I consider to be the best toxic build in Spellbreak as of patch 1.0. I'll be covering what talents you should be running, what runes you should use, what the playstyle of the build looks like, and lastly, what the best combos are.
Hey, big boy damage. Hey, big boy damage.
Before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more Spellbreak content. I also stream on Twitch every day, so feel free to head on over if you have any questions or just want to hang out. Without any further ado, let's get started. No, I'm dead here. There's no way. Holy shit, I killed him! Yes, we won!
Let's go, Jay!
Before we dive in, it's important to understand how to use this build. The Toxic Gauntlet excels at being up close and personal with your opponent, as it is akin to a shotgun in other shooters. It does a lot of damage up close, so you'll find yourself directly in the line of fire a lot of the time. However, there are ways to deal with that and mitigate as much damage as possible, which I'll get into in a bit. Let's start with talents. You're going to want to ensure that you have your mind talent set to focused mana for the extra 15% spell damage with at least 80% mana. This can be increased to an additional 30% spell damage if you have 3 mind scrolls. I'll get back to this and touch on why this particular talent is very important. For body, my recommendation is to run Fortitude, which requires you to have your Pyromancy at least level 6. This gives you a shield which will absorb one source of damage you take and refreshes every 60 seconds with an additional 10-second reduction with each scroll, meaning that you will be protected by this shield every 30 seconds at maximum scrolls. This is vital due to the fact that you're going to be getting up close and personal with your enemies, and you'll want to be mitigating as much damage as possible. For Spirit, Escapist is my preferred option. It gives you additional run speed for 5 seconds after taking damage. This helps with your overall mobility during an engagement, as well as disengaging or repositioning as quickly as possible. The rune you will want to run in this loadout is the Invisibility rune, which makes you invisible for 12 seconds and gives you an increased move speed whilst invisible. Now to go over how this build all ties together. The level 3 skill for Toxologist gives you 75% additional damage when using Toxic Spray whilst invisible. Couple this with the focused mana talent, and this rounds up to an additional 90% damage, as long as you're over 80% mana. If you have all 3 mind scrolls, you will deal 105% additional damage whilst invisible and over 80% mana. You'll be looking to stealth with the Invisibility rune before an engagement and initiate with some crazy damage. But it doesn't stop there. The level 2 skill for Toxologist allows you to re-stealth with Vanishing Mists. Upon entering your cloud, you will dash and become invisible for 3 seconds. So you will be able to hit up to another 105% damage with your Toxic Spray. This is what it looks like when executed correctly. When using Toxic Cloud to re-stealth, keep in mind that it is highly susceptible to other elemental combos. If you take damage during this period, you will be pulled out of stealth and left vulnerable. By now you'll probably realize this is a very get in, get out playstyle. You want to ensure that you're constantly using your Invisibility rune and Toxic Cloud to pick and choose your engagements, as well as disengage from any unfavorable ones. This playstyle is very calculated, and you should be looking to get in and out of fights very quickly, bursting down opponents and waiting for your cooldowns to reset before engaging into another fight. The ability to engage and disengage at will is what makes this build really shine. You can turn a lot of battles into your favor, as well as get out, reposition, and heal when the engagement becomes unfavorable. When it comes to combos, my personal recommendations are either Pyromancy or Conduit. Pyromancy makes up for Toxologist's biggest weakness, which is its range. Pyromancy becomes extremely useful when trying to finish off an enemy that has created distance. To finish a low opponent, you can either use Fireball or combo Toxic Cloud with Fireball to create a big burst of AoE damage. For Conduit, you can also do a similar combo with Toxic Cloud. Cast your Toxic Cloud ability and then send a lightning bolt straight through it. This will deal damage and shock any enemies caught within it. Lightning Strike is an area of effect ability which shocks your opponent. This can be really useful when trying to engage or disengage. I've had a lot of fun making this video and a lot of fun playing this build. Let me know how you find the build or if you have any areas in which it can be improved upon. Until next time, stay juicy.